between Kingsley-Pierson and Tri-Center. Kingsley-Pierson comes in with a record 28 wins, 3 losses. They won both the Western Valley Conference regular season and tournament championships and finished 5th in the final Class 1A rankings. Their 3 losses this year, 2 of them came in one day. One came against the team that calls this field home, Sioux City West. That was by a score of 9-6 at the Ridgeview tournament on June the 19th, and then followed that up with a shootout against the host Ridgeview Raptors, in which they came out in the short end of a 15-14 decision, and then a rain-shortened 3-1 loss back on June 28th at Woodbury Central. Their district pad, District 16 champions, they've outscored their opponents 36-1. Over the course of 3 postseason games, winning 15-0 over Whiting, 10-0 over Lawton Bronson, and 11-1 against Woodbury Central. They are trying to make the state tournament for the 5th time in school history and for the first time in back-to-back seasons. For Tri-Center, they come out of Neola, their record 27-2. Their 27 wins, a school record this year. They won the Western Iowa Conference, I should say, regular season and tournament championship. They finished 10th in the final Class 1A rankings. Their 2 losses this year, both coming by 1 run. They fell to Underwood on June 3rd, and then Carroll Kemper back on July the 8th. Here's been their path through the postseason. They're yet to allow a run in these playoffs. They beat IKM Manning 9-0 in the opener, then a 6-0 win over West Harrison, and got here with a 10-0 one-hit shutout against Logan Magnolia. They are trying to make the state tournament for the 6th time in school history. It would be their first trip since 2018. The state tournament will get going on Monday. It runs the 26th through the 29th for classes 1A and 2A at Merchants Park in Carroll. The winner tonight's game will find themselves there with pairings to be released later this evening. With that, let's meet tonight's starters, and we'll begin with the visiting team on the scoreboard tonight. That will be Kingsley-Pierson. Leading off will be the right fielder Emerson Pratt. Batting second in left field is Malachi Christofferson. Hitting third and playing center field, Damon Schmid. The cleanup batter is shortstop Jackson Howe. Batting fifth, Bo Harvey. He will catch. Hitting sixth, tonight's starting pitcher Evan Newman. Batting seventh and playing second base is Boston Duskett. Hitting eighth, the first baseman Bo Bubke, and batting ninth and playing third base is Connor Bielner. Once again for Kingsley-Pierson, it's Pratt, Christofferson, Schmid, Howe, Harvey, Newman, Duskett, Bubke, and Bielner. The head coach is Taylor Duskett, assisted by Kevin Hardy. Those are the Kingsley-Pierson Panthers, District 16 champions, record 23-8. Now the starting lineup for the home team on the scoreboard, the Tri-Center Trojans. They are led off by Mason Rohatch, who's going to play third base. Batting second is the shortstop Trent Koziel. Hitting third and playing first base is Brett McGee. The cleanup batter will be Justice Weirs. Hitting fifth is tonight's starting pitcher Leighton Nelson. Batting sixth will be the catcher Jackson Johnson. Hitting seventh will be Caden McDermott, the second baseman. Batting eighth is the left fielder Ethan Alfers, and hitting ninth in right field is Michael Turner. Center fielder for Tri-Center is Jackson Valdez. Once again for Tri-Center, it's Rohatch, Koziel, McGee, Weirs, Nelson, and Johnson, McDermott, Alfers, and Turner with Valdez in center field. The head coach of the Trojans is Max Koziel, assisted by Chris Corin, Denny Keelney, and Travis McGee. Those are the Tri-Center Trojans. Their record again 27-2, Class 1A District 15 champions. We're just about set for baseball, and I tell you what, it is standing room only, if that. I had the ticket taker inform me when I got here that the first spectator trying to get a seat here arrived at 10 a.m. this morning. It is packed here. It is packed here at Sioux City West High School. It's a beautiful venue, a beautiful facility, and a beautiful night for baseball. Be 86 degrees at game time temperatures. The starters get introduced over the PA system now. Kingsley-Pierson wearing their white uniforms with black numerals outlined in gold, white pants and tall stirrup-style socks, black with a little bit of gold, black caps, and then a gold insignia on those caps. For Tri-Center, they're wearing the black uniforms with gold numerals, a little bit of gold trim. They are wearing white pants and a white make that a black and gold build cap. We are just about set for baseball, and as always, delighted to have you along here on Fuller Digital Solutions. Should be a really fun one this evening, and we're delighted to have you along. Let's take a time out for the playing of the national anthem. We're back in 2 minutes. You're listening to high school baseball on Fuller Digital Solutions. Welcome back to Sioux City. Tanner Hoops, the play-by-play on Fuller Digital Solutions. Delighted to have you along as always. We are just about set for this Class 1A Substate 8 championship game. The winner is moving on to the state tournament Monday. It'll get going at Merchants Park down in Carroll. A beautiful facility, previously hosted the state tournament up until 2005, and with Principal Park unavailable for the 2021 season, that will mean two different sites for this year's Iowa High School State Baseball Tournament. These two teams will fight for the right to go to Carroll along with the rest of the Class 1A, and then the 2A field. Classes 3A and 4A will be played at Dwayne Banks Stadium on the campus of the University of Iowa in Iowa City. We are set for the playing of the national anthem. It's Kingsley-Pierson, it's Tri-Center, and it's coming up next. More baseball in a moment here on Fuller Digital Solutions. Back with you live here in Sioux City. Tanner Hoops, the play-by-play on Fuller Digital Solutions. Hey, I bet this has already come up for you, and let's address it now. There are no commercials for tonight's broadcast. If you're hearing silence as we go to break, you're not seeing a commercial on the screen, nothing's wrong with your computer. Don't be alarmed, what have you. As long as you can see our scoreboard graphic, our intro graphic up there right now, you're doing just fine. We don't have commercials for tonight, so don't be alarmed when nothing's firing. It's not an issue with your computer. As long as you can see that graphic on your screen, then we're going to be good. We are set for first pitch. We are delighted to have you along as always. And the starting pitcher tonight for Tri-Center will be senior Leighton Nelson, making his 13th appearance, 9 wins, no losses. He's given up just 2 earned runs in 55 and 2/3 innings of work. That comes on 28 hits. Strikeout to walk ratio, very good. 11 free passes to 76 strikeouts is ERA, a minuscule 0.25. He is a good one. He's going to face a good one on the other side as well in Kingsley-Pierson's Evan Newman. We are set for first pitch here in this Substate final. We are at Sioux City West High School. It is a hot, humid evening, barely any type of breeze. But I tell you, it's a beautiful night for baseball, and somebody's going to punch their ticket to the state tournament. We're delighted to have it for you here on Fuller Digital Solutions. Let's get this thing started as Emerson Pratt strolls to the right-handed batter's box. KP once again, the all-white uniforms, black and gold supplementing those uniforms. Tri-Center will be wearing their black uniforms, gold numerals, and then white pants. Nelson picks out the side he wants from his catcher Johnson. He looks in, and he has it. A long pause in the right-hander's first offering comes over at 7:01 p.m., and it's taken for a letter-high strike, 0-1, and with that, we're underway here in Sioux City. Pratt, the right-handed hitting right fielder, down to the count, 0-1, as he swings and fouls one back to the screen. And the count's quickly 0-2 on Pratt. Pratt, a sophomore, hitting .330, 6 doubles, 2 triples, and 14 knocked in, 22 walks drawn out of that leadoff spot. And the 0-2 comes inside and plunks him. Got him square in the back, right on the black number 9 on his white jersey. So down 0-2, you hit the leadoff man, and KP will get a base runner for Malachi Christopherson. Christopherson, the right-handed hitting left fielder, steps in. 1 on, nobody out. Just underway, top half of the first inning. And Nelson now works from the stretch, comes home with the first offering. This ball's popped up, foul territory, mask off. Johnson near the fence, has no play. And I tell you, it may come into play tonight, but there is a lot of room between the backstop and home plate. A wild pitch, what have you, even pop-ups like that. That one had enough carry to get over the fence. But if you pop one up in foul territory here, there's a good chance there's going to be enough real estate for somebody. Not that time, though, and Christopherson down to the count, 0-1. Righty-righty matchup in the 0-1 on the way. A check swing grounder foul, first base side. Picked up by Coach Hardy in the box over there. And the count's 0-2 on Christopherson. Christopherson, a sophomore, hitting .388. 6 doubles, 2 triples, 34 knocked in. 0-2, righty to righty, and a pickoff move to first, and it gets away. Pratt will take second. He might think about 3. He's going to hold it 2. An errant pickoff attempt goes to the fence. And now a runner in scoring position for Christopherson. Stepping in, Christopherson, right-hand side. A look to second from Nelson. Runner at second, nobody out. Top half the first, scoreless game. And he steps off and calls time. Here's what the Trojan defense looks like. It's Alfers, Valdez, and Turner, left to right in the outfield. Rohatch, Kojal, McDermott, McGee, third to first. Johnson catching Nelson, who strikes him out on a curveball for the first out of the inning. Breaking ball, it was swung on and missed by Christopherson, and there's one away. So 1 on, 1 out for Damon Schmid, the left-handed hitting center fielder. Runner at second, 1 down. Scoreless game, top half of the first. We're just underway. Righty-lefty matchup, a look to second, and he comes home and took something off it, got him swinging way out in front. They're going to call a balk. They're calling a balk prior to the pitch. And that's going to allow Pratt to take third base. And time is called by Johnson. He makes his way out to the bump. He wants to talk with his battery mate. And it's a quick one. He's already on his way back. So Schmid now with a man at third and 1 out in the inning. And again, the Trojans have not allowed a postseason run in 2021. I look to third now, and Nelson comes home, and a high fastball swung on and missed, 0-1. Schmid enjoying a really nice junior season. He's hitting .453, 10 doubles, 6 triples, 3 home runs, and 44 knocked in. Pratt, the runner at third. Nelson will look there and comes home. This ball popped foul, twisting out of play. And the count quickly at 0-2. Nelson has got ahead of all three batters he's faced, 0-2. He hit Pratt, was able to strike out Christopherson, but Pratt took second on a wild pickoff throw and third on a balk. Righty-lefty, the 0-2 on the way. That's high. And the count's at 1-2. Howe on deck. Winner of this game on to the 2021 state tournament. That'll begin Monday at Merchants Park in Carroll. A ball and 2 strikes. A look to third. And he kicks and comes home. This ball swung and popped foul out of play, third base side. And we'll do it again at 1-2. These two teams, a combined record of 55-5 entering play this evening. They cut through their respective districts. 1-2 count as Schmid steps into the left-hand side, but we've got delay in the action as our home plate umpire is up the first base line in the Tri-Center dugout. He needs more baseballs. And he's got enough. We've got a 3-man umpiring crew for the Substate final tonight here in Sioux City on the campus of West High School. And the home plate umpire has what he needs, settles back in for the 1-2 offering. Nelson ready, kicks and comes home. He got him. Strike 3 called knee high. And there's 2 down. Second strikeout for Nelson, and that leaves it up to Jackson Howe. Pratt, the runner at third. 2 down in the inning. Scoreless game, top half of the first, righty to righty. A little bit of a breeze is picked up, blowing out toward left field. But a very humid evening, 86 degrees at game time. The first offering to Howe is taken for a letter-high strike, 0-1. Howard Jr. hitting a team best 454, 10 doubles, a home run, 40 knocked in. 0-1 count. Pratt, the runner at third, 2 down. And the 0-1 to Howe misses downstairs, and the count's evened up at 1-1. KP outscored their 3 district opponents by a combined 36-1. Tri-Center, 25-0. They outscored their 3 district opponents. And the 1-1 offering swung on and grounded towards short. It's picked up, fires across the diamond in time to end the inning. So KP gets a leadoff base runner. They get him to third, but they can't do anything more with him. We're through half an inning. Kingsley-Pierson 0. Tri-Center coming to bat. You're listening to high school baseball on Fuller Digital Solutions. Welcome back to Sioux City. Tanner Hoops, the play-by-play on Fuller Digital Solutions. Kingsley-Pierson going with their top arm to start things off. That's sophomore Evan Newman. His 13th appearance, 9 wins, no losses, 10 earned runs on 39 hits and 48 innings of work, 21 walks, 51 strikeouts. His ERA is 1.46. He will face a potent Trojan offense that loves to send the ball flying, and it begins with Mason Rohatch, the right-handed hitting third baseman. Newman's first offering misses downstairs, and the count is 1-0. Rohatch, a senior, hitting .457, 8 doubles, 2 triples, 3 home runs, 27 knocked in out of the leadoff spot. As he takes ball 2 downstairs, it's 2-0. This is a senior-laden Trojan squad as compared to just one Kingsley-Pierson senior. That's Bo Harvey, the catcher, batting in the 5 spot. And the 2-0 pitch, a high chopper right back to Newman. Has it on one hop, fires high to first, and coming back down on the bag with it is Bubke for out number 1. And the bases remain empty. Now 1 down for Trent Kojal. Kojal, a left-handed hitter, as he steps in with the bases empty, 1 down. Scoreless game here in the home half of the first. Now a long pause from Newman. The right-hander Kickson comes home, and Kojal will take strike 1 knee high, 0-1. Kojal, a senior, hitting an even .500, 44 hits and 88 at-bats. 13 doubles, a state best 9 triples and 2 home runs as he swings and pops 1 foul and out of play. 41 RBI as well for Kojal. He'll be headed to Northwest Missouri State. He'll play baseball for the Bearcats. Head there here this fall. Meanwhile, the count's 0-2 on the left-handed hitting Trojan shortstop. Newman ready. Kickson comes home. That's high. And the count's 1-2. I mentioned Kojal's 9 triples, not just a team best, but that's best in the state of Iowa throughout all classes. That's with the bases empty and 1 down, home half of the first, scoreless game. A ball and 2 strikes as Newman. Kickson comes home. That's popped foul, and that'll get out of play first base side. And we do it again at 1-2. Kingsley-Pierson, the 5th-ranked team in the final 1A poll, 28-3 on the year. Tri-Center ranked 10th, they're 27-2. And the 1-2 pitch on the way outside on a breaking ball, it's 2-2. Both of these teams won their respective conference regular season and tournament championships. Kingsley-Pierson competes in the Western Valley Conference. Tri-Center in the Western Iowa Conference. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bases empty, 1 down in the home first. Righty-lefty matchup. Newman picks out the sign he wants from Harvey and comes home with a 2-2. That's popped up. Foul territory and gets out of play. First base side. Glad to have you along via Fuller Digital Solutions. A beautiful setup here in Sioux City, campus of West High School. Kojal taps the bat on home plate and settles back in. And another 2-2 from Newman on the way. That swung on and ripped toward right field. That's a base hit. Kojal around first. He'll hold up there with a hard hit 1-out single. And Kojal will be the first Trojan base runner of the ball game. And it gets Brett McGee to the plate. McGee steps into the right-hand side. 1 on, 1 out. Kojal a threat to run. 17 stolen bases this year. He has not been caught. Harvey's got a good arm behind the plate. Widens his lead at first, held on by Bubke does Kojal. And the first offering from Newman swung on and grounded to the left side, waiting on it. Bielner at third, fires to second, get the lead runner. There's no return throw. And there's 2 outs on the board with a runner at first. A fielder's choice, as Kojal is retired 5-4. So 1 on and 2 out for the right-handed hitting DH Justice Weirs. Steps into the right-hand side. Scoreless game, home half of the first. Substate championship action. Winner will head to the state tournament. McGee held on at first by Bubke, and the first offering is downstairs, ball 1. Here's how KP lines up And the outfield left to right, it's Christopherson, Schmidt, and Pratt. Bielner, Howe, Duskett, and Bubke third to first in the infield. Harvey is catching Newman. And a look over to first. McGee widens his lead over there, and he comes home. That's popped up. Playable. Mask off. Harvey. He's called off by the third baseman, Bielner, who can't make the play. He had room, but he misjudged it. It just glanced off his glove. Harvey, I don't think he saw it out of the box, and it was probably an easier play for Bielner anyway. But it just took a weird route. Didn't track it well. And Weirs will stay alive. Weirs the DH, hitting for the center fielder, Valdez. Look over to first as the runner takes off. Pitch misses inside. Throw down to second. Is a one-hop, gets into center field. McGee on his feet. He's trying for three. The throw there is not in time. And now they look home, potentially. No. And let's see. We have a batter's interference call. Batter's interference being called against Tri-Center. And that's the third out of the inning. That's one way to get out of a jam. So McGee got to third, but it's all going to be for naught. As Coach Max Kojal gets an explanation, maybe having a little bit of a back and forth with the home plate umpire about it. But either or, that is how we end the first inning. We're scoreless, and we're back in a moment here on Fuller Digital Solutions. Top half of the second here in Sioux City on FDS. Tanner Hoops the play-by-play. Glad you're along. 5, 6, and 7 bat for Kingsley-Pierson. Scoreless as we play on to the second inning. And it's a lone Panther senior, Bo Harvey, the right-handed hitting catcher, to lead things off. Righty-righty matchup. Nelson ready. Kicks and comes home, and the first offering's downstairs for ball one. Bo hitting .402 for his senior season, 6 doubles and 22 knocked in. He's also drawn 19 walks as compared to just 9 strikeouts. And that is taken for a strike. Delayed call by the home plate umpire, but it evens the count up at 1-1. It's Harvey, Newman, and Duskett this half inning for the Panthers. Base is empty, and nobody out. Scoreless game in the second. The 1-1 is high over Harvey's head, and a nice stop by Johnson behind the plate. And the count's at 2-1. Harvey, a big day Saturday in the district final. 3 RBI in the victory over Woodbury Central. Steps back in to hand the count 2-1. Newman make that Nelson ready. Comes home. This ball swung on, popped up, mask off Johnson. But that's going to be near the first base side, and making the catch that way, McGee. And that's the first down of the inning. So 1 down, and it gets Evan Newman to the plate. Bases remain empty as he faces his opposite number. Newman steps into the right-hand side, taps the bat on home plate, and waggles it above his black batting helmet. Bases empty, 1 down, scoreless game, top half of the second, as Nelson comes home and misses downstairs, ball 1. Newman, a sophomore, he's hitting .355, 7 doubles, a triple, 22 knocked in. A ball and no strikes. Nelson ready, kicks and comes home. That's in the dirt, skips in front of home plate. And the count's at 2-0. Two of the best pitchers in Western Iowa going at each other. Two teams that don't allow a lot of runs, and they haven't throughout this postseason. As Newman takes a strike on the inner half, it's 2-1. Tri-Center yet to allow a run this postseason. KP's allowed one. Each has played 3 games. 2 balls and a strike as Nelson comes home. That's a letter-high strike, and it's 2-2. Black uniforms, gold numerals, gold and black cap, white pants for Tri-Center, the Iowa Hawkeye baseball motif. 2 balls and 2 strikes as Nelson comes home. This ball lifted toward right field. It's back a few steps, but there to make the play will be Turner for out number 2. So a well-hit ball, but it's a big ballpark here and enough real estate for Turner to track it down for the second out of the inning. And the bases remain empty for Boston Duskett, the right-hand, like that left-handed hitting second baseman. Bases empty, 2 down, scoreless game here in the second inning. Duskett taps the bat on home plate and settles in. Nelson looking for a 1-2-3 inning. And his first offering to Duskett on the way, a check swing as it misses high, ball 1. Beg your pardon, they did say that he went around, so it's 0-1. Nelson picks out the sign he wants from Johnson. And the 0-1 from Nelson on the way, swung on and missed, got him out in front of an off-speed pitch. Duskett, a sophomore, hitting .351, 7 doubles, a triple, 22 knocked in. He had the game-winning hit in the district final Saturday night. A walk-off 2-run single to invoke the 10-run rule early as the 0-2 pitch swung on and grounded sharply, but right at the second baseman, McDermott, who has it, fires to first in time, and the inning is over. We head to the home half of the second. We're still scoreless. You're listening to high school baseball on Fuller Digital Solutions. Five, 6, 7 bat for the Trojans here in the home half of the second inning. Danner Hoops the play-by-play on Fuller Digital Solutions. Leighton Nelson gets a chance to face his opposite number as he steps into the right-hand side. Scoreless game here in the second inning. Winner is on to Merchants Park in Carroll for the state tournament, which begins Monday. Newman runs through the signs with his catcher Harvey, picks out one he likes. And the sophomore righty's first offering is a breaking ball over for a called strike. It's 0-1. Nelson, a senior, hitting .471. He's got 3 extra base hits, a triple, and 2 home runs. And the 0-1 is swung on and ripped sharply toward left field, and that ball is put away on the run by the left fielder Christofferson for out number 1. The bases remain empty, 1 down for Jackson Johnson. Right-handed hitting Trojan catcher steps in. Newman picks out a sign he wants from Harvey. Middle infield bolt deep, and the first offering on the way is downstairs for ball 1. Bubke deep in the hole at first. Average depth for Bielner at third. Righty-righty matchup. And Newman kicks and comes home. That misses downstairs. Johnson with McDermott on deck. Bases empty, one down. Home half the second, we're scoreless. As Newman kicks and comes home. And that's taken for a strike, letter high. It's 2-1. Johnson, this season, a junior, hitting .475, 2 doubles, 4 home runs, and 27 knocked in. And the 2-1 pitch is downstairs, ball 3. 3-1 count, righty to righty. Newman ready, comes home with a 3-1 offering. That's a high chopper toward the left side and picked. Is it in foul territory? It is. Picked in foul territory by the third baseman, Bielner. And the count goes full on Johnson. Scoreless game here in the second. We knew it would be a good one. Full count, righty to righty. The payoff pitch from Newman on the way. Outside, ball 4. And a 1-out walk puts Johnson aboard for Caden McDermott. Johnson, not much of a base stealer, but that's a mute point anyway. He's getting lifted for a courtesy runner. And that looks like Sean McGee, a sophomore who swiped 9 bases this year. He has not been caught. He's going to run in place of the catcher Johnson. So 1 on, 1 out. And it gets McDermott, the right-handed hitting second baseman, a chance. Beautiful evening for baseball at a beautiful facility here in the west side of Sioux City. 1 on, 1 out. A big lead for McDermott at first, held on by Bubke. And the first offering to McDermott is outside for ball 1. McGee running at first, McDermott the batter. 1 on, 1 out. Scoreless game in the second. Newman from the stretch. Down to the count, 1-0. A look over to first. Kicks and comes home. McDermott swings and lifts one to left field. Should be playable. Christopherson calling for it and puts it away for out number 2. So 2 down. McGee running for Johnson at first, and it gets Ethan Alfers to the plate. Runner at first, and 2 down. Alfers, a look over to Coach Kozel in the third base coach's box and runs through the signs with him. And now he's ready to take his at-bat. A tall, lanky right-hander. And he steps in. A runner at first, 2 down. McGee widens his lead at first, held on by Bubke. First offering from Newman is high, and Bo Harvey caught that out of his crouch. He was ready to throw down to second.
It's definitely something to consider.
Alfers, a talented multi-sport athlete. He'll be calling Sioux City home here in a few months. He's going to play basketball at Morningside. And a look over to first. The 1-0 now to Alfers is outside. And the count's 2-0. Alfers hitting .438 for his senior season. 4 doubles, 3 triples, 4 home runs, and 37 knocked in. And let's see if they give McGee the green light over at first. Newman with a look over. And his 2-0 on the way. This ball swung on, popped up, foul territory, first base side, and twist over the dugout, occupied by Tri-Center. So the count's 2-1. Turner on deck if the inning continues. Runner at first, 2 down, scoreless game here in the second. Alfers taps the bat on home plate. 2 balls and a strike. Newman with a look to first. As a runner takes off, the 2-1 misses high. Throw down from Harvey's a good one, and it's in time. He's out. McGee caught stealing for the first time this year. And Alfers will have to finish his at-bat in the third. After 2, we're still scoreless. You're listening to high school baseball on Fuller Digital Solutions. 8-9-1 batting for KP. Top half the third inning here in Sioux City. Tanner Hoops the play-by-play on Fuller Digital Solutions. And delighted to have you along. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast thus far. Good game so far. First offering to Bo Bubke. Misses inside for ball one. It's Bubke, Bielner, and then the lineup resets to Pratt. Bubke, the right-handed hitting first baseman, a sophomore hitting .371. 4 extra base hits, all doubles, and 15 knocked in. And the 1-0 to Bubke. That's inside ball two. Nobody out, nobody on. Scoreless game here in the third. Winner is on to the state tournament. They'll get 6 days of rest. And the tournament gets going on Monday in Carroll. And the 2-0 offering to Bubke. That's taken for a knee-high strike, inner half. And the count's at 2-1. Bubke steps out quick and steps right back in, taps the bat on home plate. 2 balls and a strike from Nelson. And the right-hander kicks and comes home. A breaking ball curves into the strike zone for a strike at the letters, and it's 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nelson to Bubke. Nelson picks out the sign he wants from his catcher Johnson. Kicks and comes home. The 2-2 swung on and fouled back. A defensive swing from Bubke, fought off a breaking ball and just stayed alive. And the count stays at 2-2. All white uniforms for KP tonight. And then tall stirrup-style socks. And the 2-2 on the way. That's pop foul and gets out of play over the backstop. And we do it again at 2-2. Black tops. White pants for Tri-Center, gold numerals. Bicolored cap, gold and black. 2-2 as Nelson comes home. He got him, swing and a miss, strike 3. His third strikeout, and a good battle from Bubke, but he goes down on strikes for the first out of the inning. So 1 down, bases remain empty for Connor Bielner, the right-handed hitting third baseman, as he steps into the right-hand side. Nelson picks out the sign he wants. A long pause, and now he comes set. And his first offering to Bielner, swung on and missed, 0-1. Bielner, a sophomore, hitting .309, no extra base hits, 14 knocked in. Top of the order and Pratt on deck. 0-1 as Nelson comes home. And that misses inside. It's evened up at 1-1. Kingsley-Pierson opened the tournament with a 15-0 win over Whiting on Monday. Beat West Harrison 6-0. They beat Lawton Bronson 10-0 the following night, as the 1-1 is in the dirt, 2-1. And then got here with an 11-1 victory over Woodbury Central Saturday to win the district. Tri-Center topped IKM Manning 9-0, and then West Harrison 6-0 the following night. Got here with a 10-0 shutout of Loma on Saturday. And the 2-1 to Bielner. That ball swung on and lifted to left field, and that's put away by Alfers. So 2 down. And it gets the top of the order and Pratt to the plate. Pratt was hit by a pitch in the first inning. Was left at third base. He's been the only Panther base runner 1 trip through the order. Bases empty, 2 down. And the first offering from Nelson on the way. That's downstairs, ball 1. In their district championship victory over Logan Magnolia Saturday, Tri-Center allowed just 1 Panther hit. And the Kingsley-Pierson Panthers hoping for a little more success tonight, but that hasn't come yet as it swung on and missed. It's evened up at 1-1. Pratt was hit by a pitch on an 0-2 count. He was the first batter of the game. Made second on an errant pickoff throw and third on a balk, but was left there. And the 1-1 offering's in the dirt, 2-1. Christofferson on deck if the inning continues. We're scoreless, top half the third. Glad you're along here in Sioux City. Righty-righty matchup. A look home, and the 2-1 is on the way. That's high for ball 3. And again, Nelson doesn't walk a lot of batters. This is his 58th inning of work this year. He's walked just 11 guys all season. And the 3-1 offering on the way, grounded foul first base side, and the count goes full. 79 strikeouts for Nelson, now in his 58th inning of work this season, including 3 tonight. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Bases empty, 2 down. Nelson ready, his payoff pitch on the way. He got him, swing and a miss, strike 3, and that will end the inning. It's a 1-2-3 top half the third. We head to the bottom half, and we're still scoreless on Fuller Digital Solutions. (891) batting. Tanner Hoops, the play-by-play here on Fuller Digital Solutions. Delighted to have you along. It'll be Ethan Alfers getting things started. He was batting when Sean McGee was caught stealing to end the second inning. He takes ball 1 outside. It's Alfers, Turner, and then the lineup resets to Rohach. And the 1-0 offering is fouled back and out of play. And the count's evened up at 1-1. Offers the Morningside basketball commit. He'll be calling Sioux City home here in just another month. When students report to campus, the 1-1 offering, that's high. And the count's at 2-1. Scoreless game here in the home half, the third inning. A really darn good battle so far as these two teams vie for a trip to state. And the 2-1 swung on and missed. And the count's evened up at 2-2. Kingsley-Pierson looking for their 5th trip to the state tournament, the first time going back-to-back. State semifinalists from a year ago, earning a victory over Martinsdale St. Mary's before falling to eventual champion Don Bosco as ball 3 just misses the outer half, and the count's full on Alfers. In addition to last year, Kingsley-Pierson's other state tournament appearances, 1996, 1998, and 2002, as Alfers pops it foul, twisting out of play third base side. We do it again. Tri-Center, meanwhile, has been to the state tournament 5 times, most recently in 2018. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The payoff pitch from Newman on the way. He got him, swing and a miss, strike 3. Newman's first strikeout of the night, and there's 1 down for Turner. Turner steps into the right-hand side. Base is empty, 1 down here in the home half, the third of a scoreless game. Middle infield deep. Billner in at third base. First offering to Turner as a strike taken outer edge, 0-1. Turner, quick step out and then gets back into the right-hand side. And the 0-1 offering swung on and missed. And the count's quickly 0-2 when the right-handed hitting right fielder. Turner is sophomore. He's hitting .583, but that can be deceiving. It's been very limited action for him. 7 hits and 12 at-bats. And the 0-2 offering, that swung on, grounded to third. Billner has it, drops it, picks, fires to first wide. And Turner is safe. He made a move towards second, but gets back to first. That'll be the first Kingsley-Pierson error of the game, and it's a one-out base runner for Tri-Center as the lineup resets to the top. And Turner, an excellent base runner, leads the team with 32 steals. He's been caught twice. Expect him to go this at-bat. Rohach will bat, grounded out to the pitcher Newman his last time up. 1 on, 1 out here in the third inning, a scoreless game. And Bielner playing way in at third. Modest lead for Turner. He stretches it out little by little. Showing bunt. Rohach. Runner takes off. Pitch misses inside. Throw down to second. One hops there, not in time. Stolen base number 33 for Turner. He didn't waste any time getting himself in a scoring position. Runner at second now with 1 down, and the count 1-0 on Rohach, the right-handed hitting third baseman. As he steps back into the right-hand side. Righty-righty match. A look to second from Newman. And his next offering's in the dirt and gets to the backstop, and Turner will have third. So now a hit to the outfield in any form should be enough to score the speedy Turner. And the count's even at 1-1. Rohach with a look over to third base. Max Kojal, Trojan head coach, runs through the signs there from his coach's box up the third base line. And a look over to third. And the 1-1 swung on and lifted to right field down for a base hit. Over the head of Duskett at second. Turner will score. It's an RBI single for Rohach, and it's 1-0 Tri-Center. RBI number 28 for Rohach this season. And they break this scoreless tie with 1 out in the third. That's an unearned run that comes across against Newman. So now it's Tyler Kojal. Kojal 1 for 1. He was forced out on a fielder's choice later in the first inning. Rohach held on at first as Bielner comes way in expecting a bunt. He swings away and lofts it to left field. Now Malachi Christopherson running near the fence, and that ball drops foul. Boy, that had distance. But Christopherson didn't have a play, as it turns out. And the count's 0-1. Rohach, if you're wondering, a good base runner, 25 steals this year. He's been caught once. 0-1. Newman to Kojal. Look over to first as Rohach held on by Bubke. Comes home, misses high, and Harvey once again caught that out of his crouch, expecting to throw down. Counts even at 1-1 on the future Northwest Missouri State Bearcat. Kojal will be headed down to Maryville to continue his baseball career next month. 1 on, 1 out. Widen his lead. Rohach at first stays put as the pitch misses high. It's 2-1. A run in this half inning, an unearned run. It's 1-0 TC here in the third. A look to first from Newman. And a pickoff move that way. It's close, but he's back. Oh, KP thought they had him. One on, 1 out, 1 run in this half inning. 1-0 Tri-Center. And runner takes off. It's a hit and run as this ball's driven to deep center field. That's back near the fence. That ball is in play and off the wall. Rounding third is Rohach. He's going to get the go-ahead. Kojal heading to third, and he slides in with his 10th triple of the year, an RBI, and it's 2-0 Tri-Center. 10 triples for the state leader in that category. RBI number 42, and it's 2-0 Tri-Center, and that gets Taylor Duskett out of the dugout. He's on his way to the bump, calls his infield in. Let's see if this is strategy or strictly what have you. So 2-0 Tri-Center, one down. A strikeout started this inning, but then an error, an RBI single, and a warning track triple that brings in a run. 2-0 is our score. Tri-Center leading here in the third. As the home plate umpire on his way out to break up the conference. It looks like Coach Duskett is going to ride with Newman. So now it's Brett McGee. He reached in a fielder's choice his last time up. Kozel runs well. He's at third base. Righty-righty matchup. Bielner plays in at third base. And Bubke's going to come in a few steps as well at first. Showing bunt and pulling it back was McGee. As that misses outside, it's 1-0. Runner at third, one down. 2-0 Tri-Center. Home half the third inning. Righty-righty matchup. A look to third. Bielner comes well in. He swings away and drives it to left field. That's a base hit, and a run will score. An RBI single for Brett McGee. And that makes it 3-0 Trojans. For McGee, that's his 28th RBI, and Taylor Duskett out of the dugout. He's going to make a call to the bullpen. We'll take a timeout and tell you all about the new Panther pitcher in a moment. This is high school baseball on Fuller Digital Solutions. Welcome back to Sioux City. Tanner Hoops, the play-by-play on FDS. And the new Kingsley-Pierson pitcher is junior right-hander Brandon Crone. 15th appearance, 5 wins and a loss. 9 earned runs on 25 hits and 38 2/3 innings of work. He's walked 15, struck out 38. His ERA is 1.63. He last worked in Saturday's district championship game. Tries to get his team out of a jam with no further damage done as he pitches to Justice Weirs, the right-handed hitting DH. And the first offering is downstairs, ball 1. Weirs was called out on batter interference to end the first inning. 0 for 1, but a man on with 1 out here in the third. His team leading 3-0. Winner on to the state tournament. McGee widens his lead at first. He's held on there. As that misses downstairs and gets away from Harvey. It's squirted between his legs, and that'll be an extra 90 feet for Brett McGee. And the count's at 2-0. Everything that they have A righty-righty matchup. Weir's the DH. He's batting for the center fielder, Valdez. Evan Newman, by the way, is going to stay in this game. He's now at first base. And the 2-0 offering is swung on, popped up, drifting toward left field. It's playable for Christopherson. He calls and catches for out number 2. So 2 down now, and it's Leighton Nelson facing his opposite number, and suddenly he's got some run support. 3 runs in this half inning, 2 earned. All 3 charged to the starting pitcher Newman, and he's still responsible for McGee at second before we can close the book on him. 1 on, 2 out. 3-0 Trojans here in the third. And a look to second. Now Crone kicks and comes home, and that's downstairs, ball 1. Nelson flew out to left back in the second inning. Kingsley-Pierson trying to make it back to the state tournament in back-to-back seasons. And the 1-0 as the runner takes off for third. Pitch is in the dirt. McGee's at third without a problem. So meanwhile, a 2-0 count on Nelson, and once again, a lot of room between home plate and the backstop. Harvey's got to keep it in front of him. 2 balls and no strikes. Crone ready. And the right-hander kicks and comes home. That's in the dirt. Really nice stop by Harvey behind the plate, and that did just that, save a run. We were scoreless through the first 2.5 innings. Tri-Centers pushed 3 across here in their half of the third. And the 3-0 from Crone is on the way. A check swing strike, belt high. And the count's at 3-1. Johnson on deck if the inning continues. Nelson twirls a bat in the batter's box, now waves it over his right shoulder. And the 3-1 offering is high, ball 4. And it puts runners at the corners for Jackson Johnson. Johnson, the 8th Trojan to come to the plate this half inning, and time is called by Coach Kozel. And he's going to bring in a courtesy runner over at first base. And who is that masked man? That will be Cale Corrin, an 8th grader. So he steps into the right-hand side, does Johnson. Righty-righty matchup, 2 on, 2 out. And the first offering from Crone is on the way, and that's outside, ball 1, missed on a breaking ball.
Let's go, Brandon!
Johnson walked back in the second inning. His courtesy runner, McGee, was caught stealing. Runners at the corners. 2 down here in the third. Crone trying to get out of this jam with no further damage done. Runner takes off for second. Pump fake throw, but nothing doing. As Corrin takes second base. His second stolen base this season, and it puts 2 in scoring position for Johnson. 2 down, and the 2-0 is downstairs. 3 balls and no strikes. Crone to Johnson. McDermott on deck. Johnson back into the right-hand side. And the 3-0 from Newman's outside, ball 4. That's walk number 38 drawn by Johnson this year. He knows how to make pitchers work. And time has been asked for, and it's granted. Bo Harvey will go out to talk. This will be players only. Evan Newman will meet them at the bump. So it's Newman who's now at first base, chatting with Crone and Harvey, the battery. Meanwhile, Sean McDermott will come back on to run for Johnson at first. So the bases are loaded. 2 down. And Caden McDermott will bat. McDermott, the 9th Trojan to come to the plate this half inning. 3-0 Tri-Center. But a big spot in this game, the way Nelson's pitching, you have to keep it close if you're KP. First offering on the way from Crone. Check swing, popped up, foul, and no play. tried to pull back, but he got enough contact on that ball and went sailing near the first base dugout, occupied by Tri-Center. 0-1. And the 0-1 from Crone on the way. A check swing. They appeal down to third. He went. And the count's 0-2. And Crone is one good pitch away from getting out of this jam, but no further damage done. 0-2. Got to be on the same page with Harvey. If you try to waste a pitch here, he's got to be in front of it. The 0-2. He got him. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And Tri-Center leaves the bases loaded, but the damage is done as they plate 3, helped out by the first Kingsley-Pierson error of the ball game. 3 innings complete, new score, Tri-Center 3, Kingsley-Pierson 0. More baseball in a moment on FDS. Top half of the fourth here in Sioux City. Tanner Hoops, the play-by-play. Delighted to have you along here on FDS. 2-3-4 bat for Kingsley-Pierson, now trailing 3-0. And Malachi Christopherson takes ball 1 inside. 3 runs for Tri-Center, 2 earned in their half of the third, and they're on top. As the Panthers send the heart of the order to the plate here in the fourth, still looking for their first hit as Christopherson takes ball 2 inside. It's Christopherson, Schmid, and Howe this half inning to face Nelson. And the 2-0 on the way, fouled back. It's 2-1. Nelson had an 0-2 count on the first batter he faced, Emerson Pratt, and then hit him in the back. And since then, he's retired 9 in a row. 2-1 count on the right-handed hitting Panther left fielder. And the 2-1 is on the way, swung on and missed. And it's 2-2. Kingsley-Pierson ranked 5th in the final 1A rankings, state semifinalist a year ago. And the 2-2 is on the way. He got him, swing and a miss, strike 3. 5th strikeout for Nelson as he battles back from a 2-0 hole and gets the first out of the inning. Tri-Center, just 2 losses this year. They set a school record with 27 wins, ranked 10th in the final poll. They've been to the state tournament 5 times, most recently in 2018. As Damon Schmid steps into the left-hand side. And the first offering on the way. Schmid shows bunt, lays it down, push bunt, third base line, and it's botched by the third baseman, Rohach. Oh, how are they going to score that? Oh, because Schmid out of the left-hand box, he runs so well. It was a push bunt up the line, tall infield grass. He will be the first base runner since the first inning. And they're going to give him a base hit, an infield hit in the first of the game for Kingsley-Pierson. His time is called by Max Kozel. And the Trojan skipper makes his way out toward the infield. Not to the mound. He's had the players come meet him halfway between the mound and the first base line. But he's got his entire infield there gathered. Schmid with a bunt single with 1 out here in the 3rd inning, make that the 4th inning, and he's the first Kingsley-Pierson base runner since the 1st inning. So now it's Jackson Howe. Let's see how Nelson does from the stretch this time around as Howe steps into the right-hand side. Healthy lead at first from Schmid. He's held on that way, and the first offering on the way. That's a check swing downstairs, ball one. Schmid, a good base runner. 31 swipes this year. He's been caught once, but do you steal in this situation? Haven't really tested the arm of Johnson yet. Haven't had the chance to, as that misses inside for a ball. Tri-Center's first state tournament appearance was back in 1976. They made it 10 years later and finished second. Runner-ups in 86 as a pickoff move to first, not in time. Schmid back safely with a dive. The following year, they won it all. State champions in 1987. Then didn't make it back until 2016. And then their most recent trip in 2018. As that comes high and tight. Nearly hits Howe, who spins out of the way in the right-handed box. Howe would ground out to third his last time up. 1 on, 1 out. Schmid, meanwhile, held on at first by McGee. And he comes home. That's taken all the way for a strike in the inner half. It's 3-1. Harvey on deck. 1 on, 1 out, top of 4, 3-0 Tri-Center. 3-1 count on Schmid. Make that on Howe as Schmid takes off. It's a hit and run, and that's a base hit through the left side. Rounding third is Schmid. Making rounding second is Schmid, and the throw gets away. Schmid is going to hold up at third base. He thought about it, but that throw that got away does allow Howe to get to second. That was a perfect hit and run call from Taylor Duskett. Schmid was off with the pitch. It was the shortstop Kozel going over to second to cover the bag, and Howe hit it right where Kozel was standing before going to cover. That was the perfect hit and run call. And then the throw got away, but not enough for Schmid to think about it. Howe, however, does go to second. And back-to-back hits for KP. They've got something cooking. Tying run at the plate in the form of Bo Harvey with 1 down here in the 4th. And the first offering swung on and fouled back to the screen. It's 0-1. Harvey popped out, foul territory down the first base line his last time up. 3-0 Tri-Center, but KP threatening here in the 4th. 0-1 count, righty to righty. And Nelson comes home. Harvey takes ball 1 downstairs. It's even at 1-1. This inning started with a strikeout, but then a bunt single and a hit and run. They've got 2 in scoring position, and time is called by Johnson. He wants to talk it over with his battery mate. Nelson comes out to meet him halfway between third and home, and it's a quick conference. 1-1 count as Harvey steps in. A long pause from Nelson. Beg your pardon, they have the count at 0-2 as Nelson comes home, and that misses inside. So the count's 1-2 now. Newman on deck. Righty-righty matchup. A look over to third at the lead runner Schmid, and the 1-2 offering on the way, fouled out of play. Over the backstop, Harvey stays alive. Even on that strikeout to start the inning, Nelson didn't look necessarily sharp. He fell down to the count 2-0. He struggled a little bit here in this 4th inning. KP finally gets in the hit column, now trying to get to the run column. Another 1-2 to Harvey. He got him. Strike 3 called on the outer edge. Strikeout number 6 for Nelson, 2 down, and it's up to Evan Newman. 2 on, 2 out. Newman flew out to right back in the 2nd inning. Taps the bat on home plate and settles into the right-hand side. A base hit potentially makes this a 1-run ball game. A look to second. Nelson comes home. That's taken for a strike, knee high. It's 0-1. Schmid with a bunt single. Howe connected on a hit and run. Took second on a throw that skipped a few feet away from the third baseman. As this ball swung on and driven toward the left side, that is caught. McDermott was tracking it. It was sinking quickly, but he was underneath and he puts it away, and the threat goes by the wayside. Now KP leaves 2 on after getting in the hit column. And we're halfway home in Sioux City. 3-0 TC on FDS. Home half of the fourth inning. Danner Hoops the play-by-play here from Sioux City. It's 8-9-1 batting for Tri-Center. Same spot in the lineup where they batted around and put up 3 runs an inning ago. Ethan Alfers will start things off. First offering from Brandon Crone is high for ball 1. Third time in as many innings Alfers has come up. He was batting in the second inning when Sean McGee was caught stealing for the third out, as the 1-0 is swung on and driven foul down the left field line, and it's 1-1. Alfers struck out last inning. Up for his second official at-bat of the night. Steps in with the count even, 1-1. Crone picks out the sign he wants from Harvey. And the right-hander kicks and comes home. That's high. And it's 2-1. Alfers, Turner, and then the lineup resets to Rohach. 8-9-1, batting for the Trojans, a 2-1. Downstairs, ball 3. Hits are at 4-2 in favor of Tri-Center. And the 3-1 offering on the way. This ball swung on, lifted to left field, down the line. Will it stay fair? Is it going to twist near the fence, and is it caught? It is, by Christopherson. And Malachi Christopherson did a really nice job tracking that ball, puts it away for the first out of the inning. So 1 down, bases remain empty for Michael Turner. And Turner swings and misses, 0-1. Turner with a batting average, I should say, above 500. 7 hits and 13 at-bats. Not seen a lot of at-bats, but he's been the team's best base runner as he takes a strike, letter high. He reached on an error back in the third inning, stole second base, and then came around to score the Trojans' first run last inning. As Crone comes home with the 0-2, he got him, swing and a miss, strike 3. Second strikeout for Crone, and the bases remain empty now with 2 down as the lineup resets for Mason Rohach. Rohach 1 for 2, an RBI single last inning, came around to score himself. Crone looking for a 1-2-3 inning. And the first offering is taken for a strike, letter high, 0-1. 3 runs on 4 hits for Tri-Center as the 0-1's on the way. And a breaking ball misses, and the count's evened up at 1-1. Glad you're along wherever it is you may be tuned in from here on FTS, and hope you're enjoying the broadcast thus far. It's been an enjoyable game, a very pleasant evening here on the west side of Sioux City. And the 1-1 pitch is high. It's 2-1. Kojal on deck if the inning continues. 3-0 Tri-Center, home half of the 4th inning. Winner is on to the state tournament next week in Carroll. And the 2-1 offering is swung on and missed. Kind of a one-handed swing from Brohach. And the count's evened up at 2-2. A righty-righty matchup. The 2-2 from Crone on the way. Pop foul and out of play, first base side. And we'll do it again at 2-2. Brohach steps back in, taps the bat on home plate. And another 2-2 on the way. It's in the dirt. And the count goes full at 3-2. Kojal on deck, who's got a couple of hits tonight. You really don't want to have to see him with a man on base. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The payoff pitch from Crone on the way. He got him. Strike 3 called. 3rd strikeout for Crone, and he tosses a 1-2-3 4th inning. We head to the 5th, still 3-0 Tri-Center. You're listening to high school baseball on Fuller Digital Solutions. Seven, 8, 9 bat for Kingsley-Pierson in the top half of the 5th. Tanner Hoops, the play-by-play. Sun setting just behind the third base dugout. The lights on here in Sioux City on the campus of West High School. And ball 1 misses outside to Boston Duskett. 7-8-9 for Kingsley-Pierson. They trail 3-0. Duskett grounded out to second back in the 2nd inning. A righty-lefty matchup. Nelson comes home. This ball swung on and lifted to left field. Should be playable. It's deep, however, and Alfers will track it down just in front of the warning track for the first out of the inning. So 1 down, and the bases remain empty for Bo Bubke. A couple of scores to update you on. Other sub-state finals throughout Northwest Iowa tonight. Elsewhere in Class 1A, Remsen St. Mary's has a 10-0 lead over Newell Fonda. That game's in the 2nd inning. The Hawks trying to get back down to a place they're very familiar with, the state tournament. And the first offering to Bubke is downstairs, ball 1. Class 2A, Northwest Iowa action. Van Meter has a 4-0 lead over Alta Aurelia. That game's in the 3rd inning. A righty-righty matchup. Nelson comes home with a 1-0 offering. That's downstairs and gets to the backstop, 2-0. Bubke, a strikeout victim, back in the 3rd inning. 3 runs on 4 hits for Tri-Center. They've left 4 on base. No runs on 2 hits. They've stranded 3 as Kingsley-Pierson, as that's fouled back to the screen. It's 2-1. Each team has committed an error. Bases empty, one down, top half the fifth, 3-0 Tri-Center. All three runs coming across in the third inning. And the 2-1 offering from Nelson is high for ball three. He's got to get base runners. Nelson, a good enough pitcher, is ERA .025 entering play tonight. He's given up just 2 earned runs all year. He's now working into his 60th inning of 2021. The 3-1 on the way, swung on and foul, ticked back to the catcher. And the count goes full at 3-2 on Bubke. As he steps back into the right-hand side. And the kick in the deal. And rings him up, a called strike 3. Strikeout number 7 for Nelson, and there's 2 down. And that gets Connor Bielner to the plate. Bielner popped out to short his last time up as he steps into the right-hand side. And the first offering on the way is high for ball 1. Top of the order and Pratt on deck if the inning continues. 3-0 Tri-Center. Nelson ready, comes home with a 1-0. Shows bunt, pops it up. Mask off, Johnson catches up the third base line for out number 3. It's a 1-2-3 fifth inning. And we stretch here in Sioux City. 3-0 Tri-Center. More baseball in a moment on Fuller Digital Solutions. Home half the fifth here in Sioux City. Tanner Hoops the play-by-play on Fuller Digital Solutions. And Brandon Crone's first offering to Trent Kojal is outside for ball 1. 2-3-4 for the Trojans. They lead 3-0. And the 1-0 on the way to Kojal. He swings and drives one deep but foul down the right field line. Kojal singled back in the first inning, an RBI triple in the third. Later came around to score. That was his 10th triple of the season. That is a state best in all classes. And the 1-1, that ball popped up. Shallow center field, should be playable. Who wants it? Calling for it and dropping right between 3 converging fielders. And nobody covers second. Kojal is going to make 2. Oh, man. It was a center fielder, Schmid, the shortstop, Howe, the second baseman, Duskett, all converged on the scene. It was a Texas leaguer, and they just seemed to call each other off. Somebody, I think, got leather on it. But I believe that's going to be ruled a single. And Brett McGee will be the batter as he shows bunt, pulls it back as it's taken for a strike. Beg your pardon, they're giving him a double. So it is a double for Kojal to lead things off. Can't give an error, really, on the second base. You can make the argument maybe someone should have caught it, and you can't assume it. A pickoff move to second is not in time. So Kojal now with a single, a double, and a triple here in the fifth inning.
style pop-up.
McGee batting. He's reached twice tonight, an RBI single. And a fielder's choice back in the first. Thrown ready and comes home with a 1-0. Shows bunt, bunts it foul. Back to the screen, first base side.
Tri-center up by 3. They're working to try to get that.
Weir's on deck.
3 and 4, big difference. Certainly 4 and 5, even bigger. 0-2 the count on McGee.
Runner at second.
Now he'll have to battle and maybe
And nobody out here in the fifth inning. 3-0 Tri-Center. No balls and 2 strikes.
with a look at second base. Here's
And a kick in the deal. That's outside. And it's 1-2. Well, the first Class 1A state tournament ticket has been punched. They've gone final as Remsen St. Mary's is back to the state tournament. They defeat Newell Fonda 11-0. That game has gone final. Remsen St. Mary's, the first team in Class 1A to punch their ticket to Carroll. One of these 2 teams will join them. And the 1-2, that's a high chopper toward the left side. Bielner backhands it, fires across high, and it gets to the backstop. Kojal will have at least third. He's going to be held up there. The second Kingsley-Pierson error of the night. And it puts runners at the corner, still nobody out. And the cleanup batter, Justice Weirs, will step in. Weirs looking for his first hit, flew out to left and was called out on batter interference. 2 on, nobody out. Tri-Center threatening, looking for a little insurance here in the fifth. The KP defense just has let them down thus far, at least in this half inning. And the first offering, runner takes off for second, got away from Harvey. Kojal going to try and score. The throw home is not in time. It's 4-0 Tri-Center. The ball didn't get far enough, or too far, I should say, behind Harvey as time is called. And Taylor Duskett on his way out to the bump. It didn't get to the backstop. The infield grass slowed it down enough to make it interesting. But Kojal, just too quick, was able to come in and score. Meanwhile, McGee takes second. Time has been called by Coach Duskett. Let's take it with them. More baseball in a moment on FDS. Back to action here in Sioux City, and delighted to have you along. Tanner Hoops, the play-by-play. And the 1-0 offering to Weirs after the timeout is grounded third base side foul. And the count's evened at a ball and a strike. 1 run in this half inning, just defensive plays that haven't been made for Kingsley-Pierson. It was a bloop double for Kojal, but 3 infielders in the area, and all 3 just seemed to call each other off. Nobody made a move for that ball until it was too late, and then an error that allowed McGee to get aboard. And the 1-1 from Crone on the way. Weirs swings and pops it up foul, twist out of play over the backstop. And the count's 1-2. Weirs, the right-handed hitting DH, as he steps back in. I failed to mention McGee has since taken third base. And the 1-2 on the way, and that's outside for a ball. So a runner at third and still nobody out. Nelson waiting on deck. 1-2. Crone to Weirs. Kickson comes home. This ball swung on and grounded to third. Bielner has it. Looks the runner back to third and fires to first in time to get the first out of the inning. So 1 down, and it gets Leighton Nelson to the plate. Runner at third, 1 down now. Nelson trying to add a little insurance he hopes not to need. facing his opposite number. He flew out to left back in the second inning and walked in the third. First offering on the way shows bunt, pulled it back as it missed outside. It's 1-0. Now Key Lansing, they've punched their ticket. 2 of the 8 tickets punched tonight in Class 1A. They are ahead to the state tournament after an 11-0 victory over Northwood Kensett. So Key Lansing and Remsen St. Mary's, we know, are going to be part of the 1A field next week in Carroll's. He shows bunt, bunts it up the third base side. It's called foul because it hit him in the back in the batter's box. Home plate umpire was all over it. And the ball bounced big time and came right back up and got him in the back of the jersey, but thankfully for him, still in the box. A runner at third with 1 out. 4-0 Tri-Center. Crone looks in and comes home with a 1-1 offering. Shows bunt, lays it down, a good one. Suicide squeeze, the flip home is not in time. A suicide squeeze makes it 5-0. McGee was off with the pitch. Meanwhile, Nelson is aboard on an RBI fielder's choice. And he gets Jackson Johnson to the plate. Still 1 out. And 5-0 Tri-Center. Bottom half of the 5th inning. Crone working from the stretch is Newman. Odes on Nelson over at first. And the first offering on the way. This is swung on, a healthy cut. Back deep near the fence. This ball at the warning track. This ball is put away. A warning track fly ball that's caught by Malachi Christopherson. Oh, it looked really darn good off the bat, and that got the crowd to its feet. And Christopherson on the wall makes the grab for out number 2. That ball was smoked. But a big ballpark here in Sioux City, it held it in. So now it's Caden McDermott. Runner at first, 2 down. First offering is a letter-high strike, 0-1. McDermott 0 for 2. Flew out to left and struck out.
You can load the bases and you swing and you get a home run and it's tied. 5-run game.
2 runs on a hit this half inning for Tri-Center. Look over to first. Crone with a long pause as 0-1 is on the way. Strike 2 taken on the inner half. It's 0-2. 5-0 Trojans, bottom of 5. Winner on to the state tournament as Substate 8 champions. And time is called as McDermott steps out, looks over to Coach Kojal in the third base box. Coach in turn runs through the signs with the runner at first. That's Nelson. No balls and 2 strikes. A long pause from Crone. The right-hander will step off. He keeps looking over to first. He thinks Nelson is going to be going here. Nelson's got 1 stolen base tonight. Nelson held on at first by Newman. And the 0-2 offering runner doesn't go, and the pitch misses high. And the count's at 1-2. Offers on deck if the inning continues. 2 runs in this half inning for Tri-Center. They push their lead to 5-0. Righty to righty. A ball and 2 strikes. Here it is. This ball is swung on and lifted to center field. That's near the gap. That ball's down for a hit. A diving effort by Pratt. He couldn't come up with it. Heading to third, getting the go-ahead. The lead runner, Nelson. The throw comes all the way through. He scampers back to third base. Boy, Coach Kojal was giving him the go-ahead. His arm chopping like a windmill. And then, as he was maybe 2/3 of the way from home plate, he gets called back. A strong throw came home, and time is called by Coach Duskett. Let's take a timeout. We'll have more in a moment. You're listening to High School Baseball on Fuller Digital Solutions. Well, the new Kingsley-Pierson pitcher will be junior Damon Schmid. He comes on in relief trying to get this final out. Takes over for Brandon Crone, and the lefty's first offering, he blows the fastball by Alfers, and it's 0-1. Schmid making his 14th appearance of his junior season. 1 win, no losses, 5 earned runs on 6 hits and 13 innings of work. 10 walks, 27 Ks, an ERA of .269. And he's ahead in the count 0-1 as he comes home and misses high. 2 runs in on 2 hits this half inning for Tri-Center. Well, another state tournament ticket punch. Lisbon is headed back to the tournament. That's 3 of the 8 spots filled as that's taken for a strike at the knees. In Class 2A, Van Meter onto the state tournament. They take down Altarilli 11-0 tonight. Trips to the state tournament are starting to fly by. We'll have the bracket later this evening as that comes inside and hits him. A fastball got him right between the 1 and the 2 on his black jersey. And that loads the bases with 2 outs for Michael Turner. Turner looking for his first hit tonight. Reached on error. That proved to be a costly one back in the 3rd inning, as it sparked that 3-run 3rd inning for the Trojans. Struck out his last time up. And the first offering on the way, and that's taken for a strike. It's 0-1. Turner has been seeing his PT go up consistently lately. 7 hits and 14 at-bats for the season, including tonight as that swung on and missed. And it's quickly 0-2. Drone responsible for the 2 lead runners before we can close the book on him. 0-2. Lefty to righty. As Schmid kicks and comes home, he got him with a high fastball. Swung on and missed, and the inning is over. But 2 more Trojans cross home plate as they send 8 to the dish. And we head to the 6th. New score, it's Tri-Center 5 and Kingsley-Pierson 0. More baseball in a moment on FDS. Top of the 6th and the top of the Panther order due up to face Nelson. And it begins with Emerson Pratt. First offering to him is high for ball 1. Pratt 0 for 1, struck out in the 3rd inning. He was hit by a pitch in the 1st and left at 3rd base. Counts 1-0, righty to righty. Nelson comes home and that misses downstairs. It's 2-0. Winner of this game will play in the Class 1A state quarterfinals at Carroll on Monday. The bracket, the pairings, what have you, will come out later this evening. 3 of the 8 tickets have been punched so far. Remsen St. Mary's, Lisbon, both are moving on. As that swung on and missed, it's 2-1. Key Lansing, the 3rd team. Who will join them at Merchants Park next week? 2-1 count on Pratt. And the next offering on the way, it skips in the dirt downstairs. So the count 3-1. Nelson out for his 6th inning of work. He struck out 7. Has not walked anybody. It's allowed just the 2 hits back in the 4th inning. And the 3-1 offering on the way. This ball swung on and lifted to shallow right field. Playable. Calling Turner. Makes the cow. He dropped it. Oh, you can see the ball slide out of the bottom of his glove. This thing was in the netting and then slid down. It was like a child on a slide and kicked off the heel. Like the glove was just spitting it out as soon as it had it, like a sour grape. And it's the second error of the ball game on dry center. And the Panthers have a leadoff base runner for Malachi Christofferson, who takes strike one letter high. Christofferson 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. 5-0 dry center here in the 6th inning. 2 hits for KP so far. As Nelson comes home, that's fouled out of play over the backstop, and it's quickly 0-2. 1 on, nobody out. Tri-Center trying to punch their ticket to the state tournament for the first time in 3 years. 0-2 count, righty to righty. Look over to first from Nelson. Comes home with the 0-2. Check swing, missed outside. Close pitch, but it ended up being a really good take. Pratt, the runner at first, nobody out. Reached on error. A ball and 2 strikes. Nelson kicks and comes home inside, ball 2. Schmidt on deck. Nelson has faced the minimum in 3 of the 5 innings he's worked so far tonight. And the 2-2 pitch brings him up, cold, strike 3. And Christofferson down on strikes for the 3rd time tonight. 8 strikeout overall for Nelson, and there's 1 down in the inning. So now it's Damon Schmidt. A bunt single his last time up. That sparked that 4th inning in which KP got a couple of guys into scoring position but couldn't do anything with them as he swings away and drives this one toward right field. Tough play running over. Turner makes the catch. And took a really good angle on it. A well-hit ball, but Turner tracked it very well and puts it away for the 2nd out. So 2 down for Jackson Howe. Howe 1 for 2 as he steps up with a runner at first and 2 down. 5-0 Tri Center, top half of the 6th. Righty-righty matchup. Look to first from Leighton Nelson. He steps off. Recomposes himself. Runs through the signs with Johnson behind the plate. And the first offering to Howe on the way. That's a curveball taken for a strike at the knees. 5 runs on 6 hits for Tri Center. KP, 2 hits tonight. And the wine and the fire, it's fouled back to the screen. It's quickly 0-2 on Howe. Tri Center has not allowed a run thus far in the postseason. Outscored their 3 district opponents 25-0. And they lead KP 5-0 here tonight. No balls and 2 strikes. And the wine and the fire. This ball is swung on and grounded to the left side. Knocked down at third, picked up, fired to first in time. Oh, great play by the third baseman, Rohatch. Got to tip your cap to that. Dove for that ball, made the stop, got up and made a non-target throw to end the inning. We head to the home half of the 6th, still 5-0 Tri Center here on FDS. Home half of the sixth inning. Tanner Hoops, the play-by-play here on FDS, and delighted to have you along. Final scores keep pouring in from across the state. And Class 1A, now half the tournament field is set. Alburnett is on to Carroll with a 12-2 victory over North Mahaska. In Class 2A, an upset as the fifth-ranked team in the state in Jessup goes down. They lose to Denver in the Substate final. Meanwhile, ball one is taken from Mason Rohatch. It's 1-2-3 batting against Damon Schmid here in the sixth inning. 5-0 TC. As Schmid kicks and comes home, that's in the dirt, and the count's 2-0. Evan Newman on the hook for the loss, went 2 1/3 innings, gave up 3 runs, 2 earned on 4 hits. Walked one, struck one out. Brandon Crone, 2 1/3 innings of work, 2 runs on 2 hits, walked 2, struck out 3. As that's taken for his strike inner half, it's 2-1. So in Class 1A, Remsen St. Mary's, Key, both on to the state tournament. As this ball swung on and grounded to the left side, gobbled up at third by Bielner, fires to first in time for the first out of the inning. 1 down, bases remain empty for Trent Kojal. A single in the first inning, an RBI triple in the third. Last time up, a bloop double, and later came around to score. That's with the bases empty and 1 down. 5-0 Tri-Center here in the sixth. Righty-lefty matchup, first offering on the way, a breaking ball. That's taken for a strike, letter high. Taps the bat on home plate. Waggles the bat around. First lefty-lefty matchup we've had tonight as that misses outside. And the count's even at 1-1. Kojal, the future Northwest Missouri State Bearcat baseball player. And again, 10 triples, including 1 tonight. That is best in the state, all classes, as he drives one foul left side and out of play. Counts a ball and 2 strikes. As this ball is swung on and driven deep toward right center field. That ball's back. That ball is near the fence and put away. A well-hit ball, but it's tracked down by Pratt out and right for out number 2. A well-hit ball, but again, this ballpark just a little bit too big, is able to hold it in. Base is empty and 2 down now. And it gets Brett McGee to the plate. And the first offering to McGee, he swings and drives one toward left field, and that's going to get down for a base hit. McGee will round first. He'll pull up there. A hard shot, 2-out single. And it gets Justice Weirs to the plate. 7th hit tonight for Tri-Center. Stepping in will be Weirs. The first offering on the way. That's downstairs, ball 1. They're going to give KP an error in the left side. I didn't see where it was. It's a blind spot for me up the third base line in our broadcast position as Schmid calls time and steps off. But they did give an error on that last play, the third of the night on KP. McGee running at first. As that one misses outside, the runner takes off and goes back to second, or make that to first. He was about halfway down. Harvey's throw was a good one. And McGee decided that he was going to come back. So McGee just trying to make him think a little bit. A man on with 2 outs here in the 6th inning, 5-0. As that misses downstairs, Harvey was ready to throw down, jumping out of his crouch, but runner stays put. Count 3-0 meanwhile. Half of the 1A field is set. Alburnett They're there along with Lisbon, Key, and Remsen St. Mary's. Have all punched their ticket tonight in Class 1A. One of these two teams will join them. And the 3-0 offering is outside ball 4. So now a couple of men on with 2 outs. And it gets Leighton Nelson to the dish. He'll face his opposite number. But first, he'll face head coach Max Kojal, who calls time and asks him to come over, and they run through signs briefly. Meanwhile, Bo Harvey out to the bump. He wants to talk with his pitcher, Damon Schmidt. And let's see. Coach Kojal makes his way over to the home plate umpire. And he's got his lineup card out. He's making a change. We haven't seen what that is yet. But him and the home plate umpire going over something together. And we're back to action. After all that, nothing. We stick with what we've got. McGee running at second. He reached on air. And then Weir's running at first after drawing a walk. 2 on, 2 out for Nelson. As Schmid comes home. That's taken for a strike, belt high, 0-1. Kingsley-Pierson will have 5, 6, and 7 in their lineup, due up in the 7th. Down to their final 3 outs. 5-0 Trojans. And the 1-0 on the way. That swung on and missed. And the count's evened up on Nelson. Nelson looking for his first hit tonight. Does have an RBI. Laid down a suicide squeeze. Perfectly executed his last time up. As Schmid kicks and comes home. This ball swung on. Reached down the line. That ball's going to twist. Foul. And no play for the left fielder, Christofferson. Schmid one good pitch away from getting out of this inning. As Nelson settles back into the right-hand side. 2 on, 2 out. 5-0 Trojans here in the 6th. As Schmid comes home, swung on and fouled back to the screen. And we'll do it again. This inning started with a ground out and a fly out to third and right respectively. A lefty-righty matchup. And the 0-2 from Schmid on the way. That's high. And it's 1-2. First time since 2005. The District 15 and 16 champions meet for the right to move on to Merchants Park in Carroll for the state tournament. That'll be Monday through Thursday next week. And the 1-2 pitch, he got him. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Second strikeout for Schmid, and the inning is over. Last call for Kingsley-Pierson, down to their final 3 outs when we come back in the 7th. You're listening to High School Baseball on Fuller Digital Solutions. Last call for Kingsley-Pierson here at Sioux City West High School. Tanner Hoops, the play-by-play. Delighted you're along here in FDS. 5, 6, and 7 bat for Kingsley-Pierson, needing at least 5 runs to keep their season alive. Meanwhile, Leighton Nelson back out there looking for a complete game shutout and tries to send his team to the state tournament. First offering comes inside, and it plunks Bo Harvey. Bo tried to lean out of the way of it, got him just below his left shoulder blade, and he's a leadoff base runner. So Harvey aboard, and he'll get lifted for a courtesy runner. That'll be, I believe, Tyler Orzakowski. And it is indeed Orzakowski. So he'll run in place of KP's lone senior, and it gets Evan Newman to the dish. 1 on, nobody out, top of 7, 5-0 Tri-Center, 3 defensive outs away from their 6th state tournament, their first since 2018, as Newman takes ball 1 high. Newman 0 for 2. Pop out to second and a fly out to right. 1-0 count. Nelson kicks and comes home. This ball swung on and grounded through the left side. That's a base hit. And there's 2 on with nobody out. The inning couldn't have started much better for KP. Third hit of the night for the Panthers. And now Boston Duskett with a chance to do something. Duskett looking for his first hit. Flew out to left and grounded out to second. 5-0 TC here in the 7th. 2 on, nobody out. KP's not going quietly. Righty-lefty matchup. Nelson picks out the sign he wants from Johnson and comes home. This ball swung on, driven deep but foul down the right field line. It was a well-hit ball. He barreled it up, but he was early. And the count's 0-1 on Duskett. Orzakowski running for Harvey at second base. Newman at first. 0-1 count, righty to lefty. Nelson a look to second and comes home with the 0-1. Check swing in the dirt. It's 1-1. KP trying to keep their season alive. 28-3 as they enter play tonight. Western Valley champions, both regular season and tournament. District 15 make that 16 champions. The 1-1 from Nelson on the way. That's outside. And the count's 2-1. Duskett will take a little bit of a stroll, circle around, and now steps back into the batter's box. I beg your pardon, they did call that a strike. I missed that on the outer edge. It is 1-2. As he comes home, Duskett pops this one up. Mask off, but no play for Johnson. And we do it again at 1-2. Bubke on deck. Righty-lefty matchup. 2 on, nobody out. 5-0 TC in the 7th. A long pause from Nelson as he toes the rubber with his right foot. Duskett waggles a bat above his left shoulder. The 1-2 from Nelson on the way is high, and the count's evened up at 2-2. Bo Harvey was hit by a pitch to start this half inning. His courtesy runner Orzakowski's at second. Evan Newman singled. He's at first. 2 balls and 2 strikes. A look to second. Nelson kicks and comes home. He got him. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That's strikeout number 9 for Nelson, and there's 1 down here in the 7th. So now it's Bo Bubke as he settles into the right-hand side. Bielner on deck. 2 on, 1 out, righty to righty. Nelson steps off and looks to second. 5-0 Tri-Center. They scored 3 in the 3rd, 2 in the 5th. Nelson ready now. Comes home his first offering to Bubke. That's taken for a strike, 0-1. Bubke struck out twice tonight. First and second, 1 out. 5-0 Tri-Center, 2 defensive outs away from headed to the state tournament. Nothing in 1. Another look to second, and Nelson comes home. That's downstairs. It's even at 1-1. Each team the top seed in their respective district. The seeds held true. Each team cut through their district like a hot knife through butter. And the 1-1 is swung on and missed. It's 1-2. Tri-Center yet to allow a postseason run. Outscored their district opponents 25-0. KP outscored their 3 district opponents 36-1.
Regardless, it worked pretty well. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
A ball and 2 strikes. And the wine in the fire. This ball swung on, lifted down the line into foul territory. Right field could be playable for Turner. He calls and catches. And there's 2 down. KP down to their final out, and it's up to Connor Bielner. And the Tri-Center faithful, again, there's a lot of them here. It is packed all along the baselines, the bleachers behind home plate. And again, the ticket taker said the first spectator arrived with their chair to get their place here at 10 a.m. this morning. Bielner steps into the right-hand side, the first offering a breaking ball over for a called strike. And it's 0-1. Bielner, a couple of pop-outs on the infield tonight, 1 to short and 1 to the catcher. 2 on, 2 out. The 0-1 from Nelson on the way, fouled back. And Tri-Center is 1 strike away. Top of the order and Pratt on deck. If Bielner can find a way to keep this game alive. 2 on, 2 out. No balls and 2 strikes. 5-0 Tri-Center. Nelson is ready. Has the sign he wants. He kicks. He comes home. That's fouled back. Bielner stays alive. And we do it again at 0-2. 2 on, 2 out. No balls and 2 strikes. A long pause, and now he's ready. Nelson kicks, comes home, checks, swing. Did he go around? He didn't, says the first base umpire. Oh, Tri-Center was already starting to hop out of the dugout. Celebration was just about to get on. But the first base umpire says that he held up. And the count's 1-2 on Bielner. 2 on, 2 out. A ball and 2 strikes. The kick in the deal from Nelson. This ball swung on, popped up, foul territory, first base side near the fence. No play for the first baseman, McGee. And Bielner keeps fighting him off and stays alive. 5-0 Tri-Center. 2 on with 2 out here in the 7th. Bielner settles back in right-hand side. Johnson runs through the signs with Nelson. Finds one he likes. Comes home with a 1-2 downstairs and a nice backhanded stop by the catcher Johnson. And it's 2-2. This inning started with a hit batsman and a single, but since then a strikeout and a flyout. 2-2. Nelson ready. He comes home with it. This ball swung on, lifted to shallow center field, running in, dropping in for a base hit. And holding at third is Orzechowski. A bloop base hit that landed just in front of the center fielder Valdez. 4th hit of the night for KP, and the Panthers extend their season by at least another batter. Bases loaded for Emerson Pratt with 2 down. Tying run is on deck. Kingsley-Pierson still alive. 1 big out left for Tri-Center to get. Nelson recomposes himself, toes the rubber, gets comfortable out there. Orzechowski at third. Newman at second. Bielner is at first. And the first offering from Nelson on the way. That's high for ball 1. And how about that at bat from Bielner? Some really good pitches from Nelson Bielner, just kept fighting them off. Keeps his game alive. 1-0 count as Nelson comes home. This ball swung on, popped up, foul territory, first base side. McGee near the fence, calling, catching. Ball game over. The Tri-Center Trojans are on to the 2021 Iowa High School State Tournament in Class 1A. The celebration is on as the Trojans get the mob scene going on the infield. The dog pile happening there. Final score in this high school baseball sub-state championship game. It's Tri-Center 5, Kingsley-Pierson nothing. So another ticket is punched here in the Class 1A tournament. Let's take a quick timeout. We will give you the numbers. Post-game starts here in 30 seconds on FDS. Well, we welcome you back to Sioux City. Tanner Hoops, the play-by-play, and delighted to have you along as always. Final score in this Class 1A Substate 8 Championship, Tri-Center 5-0 winners over Kingsley-Pierson this evening. A fantastic game in which all the scoring came in 2 innings. Tri-Center with 3 runs in the 3rd and then 2 in the 5th. Their final line, 5 runs on 7 hits. They commit 2 errors and strand 9. Kingsley-Pierson, no runs on 4 hits. They commit 3 errors and leave 7 on base. The winning pitcher is Leighton Nelson. He pushes his record to 10-0. He goes the distance, a complete game shutout, gave up 4 hits. Didn't walk anybody. That's correct. Hit a batter and struck out 9 as he gets the victory tonight. Losing pitcher is Evan Newman. He drops to 9-1. He went 2 1/3 innings, gave up 3 runs on 4 hits, walked 1, struck 1 out. He was relieved by Brandon Crone, who went 2 1/3 innings, 2 runs on 2 hits, walked 2 and K'd 3. Damon Schmid went the last inning and a third, no hits, no runs, walked 1, struck out 2, and hit a batter. Time of this game, 2 hours and 3 minutes, and it was viewed by a crowd well more than the 500 that we saw in Kingsley Saturday night. It is bleacher to bleacher, shoulder to shoulder, up the lines. I'd love to know how many tickets were scanned tonight here in Sioux City. With the win, Tri-Center improves to 28-2. They are on to the state tournament for the first time since 2018 and for the 6th time in their school's history. Pairings will be released later tonight. For Kingsley-Pierson, they will close at 28-4. A fantastic season for the Panthers that comes to an end this evening in the Substate Finals. Congratulations to Bo Harvey, the lone senior on this year's squad. All the great job he's done. He's left his mark on this program, that's for sure. That should do it for tonight's broadcast. Really appreciate you tuning in and hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed bringing it to you. Once again, the Substate final score, Tri-Center 5, Kingsley-Pierson nothing. The Trojans are on to state, the state tournament for classes 1A and 2A next week in Carroll. That's going to do it for us here from Sioux City. Signing off, I'm Tanner Hoops saying good night and thank you for listening to High School Sports on Fuller Digital Solutions.